everyone. So this is, I guess, kind of a story time, but it's multiples in one. But I'm gonna talk about my most embarrassing moments in my life. So are you ready to completely think I'm a loser? In case you already didn't, well, you're gonna think I'm a loser now. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in like chronological order as they happen in my life. So the first one, this happened around, I think, first grade, and I freaking threw up in the school cafeteria in front of everyone, including my crush that I had a crush on for like 6 years, from like preschool to like 4th grade. So yeah, I ate those powdered donuts, the white ones, and got really sick, and I just threw up on the table in the cafeteria. You know, I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom or anything. I just got sick like that, and it was so embarrassing. Like, I just wanted to cry because I was so shy, and like, I don't want to draw attention to myself. I'm just like a quiet, shy kid, and so that was just so incredibly embarrassing. And you know, kids laughed. You know, I turned and I saw my crush there. I'm like, oh god. But luckily there was like a teacher that was really nice, and luckily too I was close to the door, and the door was like right across from the office, where the nurse's office. So I wasn't that far from the nurse, and the teacher took me over there, and I got sent home and everything. That is one of the reasons I don't really eat donuts anymore, just because they made me sick. That was not the first time. They made me sick later, when I was like 19. So yeah, I don't know, donuts just don't sit well with me. But yeah, that was definitely embarrassing. The good thing is that it happened when I was in like 1st grade. I think it was 1st grade, either 1st or kindergarten. So all the kids that were there, probably none of them remember it. So that's good, because I haven't heard anyone, you know, bring it up since then. You know, it's a small town, and you know, a lot of us, we went to the same, you know, we just grew up together. You know, we ended up graduating together and stuff, and nobody ever brought it up to me. So thank goodness. Hopefully nobody remembers it. The only one that remembers it is me. But yeah, that was so embarrassing. I mean, come on, throwing up in front of the whole school and your freaking crush. Imagine how embarrassing that would be. Second one, this one is hugely embarrassing, but still embarrassing because it kind of reminded me of a movie. It was kind of like a movie moment. So I was just walking in middle school with like a ton of books, because I was like Hermione, you know, with all these books, always carrying a bunch of books. And there was a part in the hallway that it was like a ramp, it went down, and me being clumsy, I fell at the top of the ramp, you know, and then all the books just fell down. I was like, you know, I just dropped everything. And the freaking kids, seriously, kids are so mean. They just like looked and laughed. Nobody helped me pick up all my books. I was like, they're like picking them up all by myself, and just like, you know, really fast. I was like, dang, it was like a movie moment, but it's not as cool, because in a movie, you know, you would get like a cute guy and be like, hey, and then you're like staring at each other. Oh my god, I'm in love. But no, did that happen? No, the kids just freaking laughed at me, and I had to just pick up the books on my own. Yeah, it was embarrassing. Third one, this one happened in Mexico. My family and I, we were staying in a hotel in Mazatlan. Mazatlan is cool. I haven't been there in a while, long time, but we were staying in like this really, really nice hotel in Mazatlan, and you know, my siblings and I were bored. I think it was when we when we just first checked in, so my parents didn't really want to do anything. They were tired, so we're like, okay, let's go explore the hotel, because usually when you stay in like big hotels, you want to like go and explore. So we're just like going on different floors, walking around, because it was so big. And then me being the curious person, because I'm very curious, you know, we're walking around the different floors, and I see one room, a guest room, that's cracked open. And you know, me being curious, I kind of peeked in. I was like, oh, let me see. And I freaking saw a couple getting it on. I saw just the girl on top of the guy and her butt going up and down. I was like, oh my god. Luckily, I'm the one that saw it, and my younger siblings didn't, because of me and my younger brother and sister. I'm the oldest. I just turned around like, let's go, because the guy saw me. He like got up, and I was like, shoot. And so I told my brother and sister, let's go. But I was just like, just run, you know. So we just started running. I was like, don't even ask, just freaking run. So we're just like running. Oh my god, oh my god. I was like, go down the elevator. Oh my god. We probably should have gone down the stairs of the elevator, but we could, like, the elevator was the closest thing. So we're just like, oh my god. And then they're like, what happened? What happened? I was like, you don't need to know, it's adult stuff. Okay, I think I was 11 or something, so they were 9 and 7, so it's like, yeah, you guys don't need to know. I'm just glad it was me that saw that and not them because they were too young. You know, I was embarrassed, you know, for myself because I saw them like, oh god, and then, you know, I was embarrassed for them because then they got caught, but I'm glad we were able to escape and the guy didn't come and kill us. So this moment happened when I was, I believe, 18 in Walt Disney World, when I was working there, and I was part of the Walt Disney World College program. They have several classes that you can take if you want, so I was taking a communications class, and this moment for me felt like a movie moment, another one. So we had to do 3 speeches for the class, and our final speech, they let us pick whatever topic we wanted. My other speeches, I didn't think I did that great in. I was like, okay. But for this third one, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be the best, because it's gonna, you know, I get to pick the topic, and, you know, something I'm passionate about. And so I picked sushi. I was so ready. I had my notes and everything. I'm like, this speech is gonna be great. Yeah, I'm gonna get an A on it. And, you know, I was all dressed up in my nice suit. Yeah, you wear a suit and everything. You know, I got up and I had my notes and everything. And pretty much like right away, as soon as I started speaking, I freaking dropped all my note cards. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, no. But, you know, they kind of taught you to like keep going. Like, just keep going. Don't like, oh my god. And they freaking went everywhere. Like a freaking movie. Really? You know, like a comedy. I was like, really? So it would have taken me a while to kind of like get all of them, put them back in order. So I was like, oh shoot, okay, just keep going, you know, the show must go on, right? So I just started to like rattle off whatever I could think of in my head, but everything was just not in order, all the information. That's why I needed the note card to help me keep things in order. You know, I have ADHD and need that help. So I was just like saying random sushi stuff and not making sense, and people are just like, what the frick? So yeah, I didn't do as well as I wanted in that speech. I did get credit. I mean, the teacher did appreciate that I kept going after I dropped the cards, but I was so freaking mad at myself. I was like, this was supposed to be my best speech. It was my worst one because I freaking dropped the note cards right away, and I just said everything in like the wrong order. So yeah. So this one happened in college as well. This one when I was in Arizona, going to school there. And I have a lot of guy friends, in case you don't know. I have a lot of guy friends. So in college, you know, I've always been a curious person. I'm just a curious person, and in college I never, you know, I had mentioned to my guy friends, I was like, I've never been to a strip club. I wanted to go just because I'm curious, and I'm talking about the female one. Like, I was curious about the female one. Like, I've never seen male strippers. I don't know, I'm just not really interested in seeing male strippers. I'm straight, I love guys. Like, you know, I want to date a guy, but I've just not been interested in going to see male strippers. But the female ones I am. I think because I just want to know what goes on there in case I date someone and they go to a strip club. You know, I feel like if I already know what goes on, I'll feel more comfortable. I'm not going to be all jealous, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, if I'm just more knowledgeable about it, I'll feel better. You know, because sometimes people are scared of what they don't know, but if you know what goes on, then it's fine. My guy friends, when I told them that I was curious, they're like, okay, let's all go. So we went to strip club. I was the only girl. It was like me and probably like 5 of my guy friends. We went several times to I think the same club. There was one stripper that I thought she was really, really pretty. I had like a girl crush on her because I thought she was the prettiest one because she was just the most natural out of all of them. She didn't really have any, you know, plastic surgery. It didn't seem like, you know, she didn't have plastic surgery. She wasn't wearing a ton of makeup. She was just like naturally pretty. You know, her hair was just like her natural hair color. She had a really pretty smile. But then I don't think it was the first time we went. I think it was, you know, another time we went. My guy friends were like, since I was the only girl, they're like, okay, let's get her a dance or something. So I didn't really want it. You know, I was just there to just look. I didn't really want strippers. They wanted to do it anyway, so they got their dollar bills out and they put them all in front of me because we were sitting like right by the stage, you know. The guys got their dollar bills, put them in front of me, so all the girls came and they put me on stage. Oh no, first they started like dance. They got on my lap, they were like, you know, dancing, and I was just like, oh my god. I got so red because I was so embarrassed just because all the attention was on me, and you know, like, I have anxiety and stuff and I'm shy and like I don't really want the attention, and so I just could feel myself like burning up so red. But she was, you know, she was very nice and everything, but it's just like, oh my god. And my friends were like, oh, they were enjoying it. And then they brought me on stage and then they laid me down on the stage and they were dancing all on top of me and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, just try to get through it. Okay, I was really embarrassed. I just, you know, because I didn't really want to be on stage. I mean, yeah, I've been in plays before, but you know, it's a different context, okay? I don't really want to be on stage at a strip club, okay? So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. It wasn't like awful or anything, but for me it was just embarrassing just because I wasn't there to get a lap dance. In case anyone's wondering, no, I don't go to strip clubs anymore. That was, I think, when I was like 19 or 20, and I haven't been to strip clubs since. I kind of got my fill. I was like, okay, I saw what it was about. Cool. I don't really need to go to another strip club. Okay, so this one is a big reason why I'm scared of asking guys that I like what their status is, because I'm kind of traumatized because of this one. This happened also, okay, I guess the order is a little mixed up. This one also happened when I was in Orlando for the Walt Disney World College program. I went to the Cheesecake Factory in Orlando with two of my best friends. They both had boyfriends, and I was the only single one. And seriously, this freaking Cheesecake Factory, I don't know if it's the same at all the Cheesecake Factories, but this Cheesecake Factory was the Galleria in Orlando. I was just like, do you guys hire freaking models here? Pretty much, like, everyone that worked there was beautiful. Every waiter, every hostess, I was like, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Like, do you guys only hire models? What the heck? So, you know, we sat down. Of course, we got this like really, really cute waiter. I was like, oh my god, he's so cute. You know, he came in like, oh, how are you guys doing? You know, whatever. Let me get your drinks, blah, blah, blah. And then when he left, I was like, oh my god, he's so cute. And my friends, you know, they didn't have to worry because they already had boyfriends. So they're like, ask him, you know, maybe, why don't you ask him out? Give him your number. I was like, no, he probably has a girlfriend or something because he's really cute. Usually, you know, the ones that you want are taken because they're awesome and attractive. So someone's gonna snatch them up, right? And so I was like, no, I'm not gonna ask. Stupid. I don't want to embarrass myself. So I didn't want to ask. And then, you know, he poured us water, blah, 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 went back. And then I think when he like brought the food, one of my friends was like, she's very bold, okay? She's very bold. She's not shy at all, but I love her. But one of my best friends, she was like, excuse me, sir, my friend over here thinks you're very attractive. She was wondering, you know, do you have a girlfriend? And then he just smiled. He's so cute. He just, you know, smiled his cute smile, and he's like, oh, I'm flattered, thank you, but I actually do have a girlfriend. I was like, oh my god. When she started asking him that, I was like telling him that I thought he was attractive. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Because she didn't tell me she was gonna do that. She just started doing that in front of him. I was like, oh, just die. Can I just shoot myself right now? Really? I was just like, oh my god. I was like, shut the heck up. And then he said he had a girlfriend. In my head, I was like, I freaking told you. I told you he had a girlfriend. And after he left, I was like, why'd you do that? And she's like, well, at least you know now. I'm like, okay, yes, at least I know. But that was so embarrassing. I got so freaking red. And it was just a little bit awkward after that, you know, when he came and like picked up our food, our plates, and asked if we wanted anything else, and blah blah blah. And then I was so like, oh, like stupid and awkward that like one of the times, like when he was there, I was drinking water and I freaking spilled it on myself. I'm like, oh god, Zoe Deschanel right there, just like a total dork. So yeah, that was embarrassing, and because of that, I'm a little bit scared of asking if I'm interested in a guy. Of asking his status, because first of all, if you ask someone's status, they're gonna know automatically that you're interested in them. It's like, why would you be asking if you're not interested in them? So you don't want them to know that you're interested if they're taken. So it's like, how am I gonna find out without them thinking I'm interested, blah blah blah. So, and I just don't want to go through that again. That was so embarrassing. So yeah, I just don't even ask anymore. But just because I don't ask you what their status is doesn't mean I'm gonna still hit on them. I just like kind of assume, like, I'm just like, okay, I just kind of play it safe. I'm like, okay, they probably have girlfriends. I'm not even gonna flirt with them because like, just in case they do. So this moment happened also in Mexico, also in like a beach city. This was in Rocky Point, Puerto Peñasco. I was on a family trip. This was when I was in college, so I think I was probably 19 or 20, spring break, but I'm lame. I was not a cool kid. So my spring break, it's not like, oh, I got to go with my friends to Cancun. No, I got to go with my family to Rocky Point. Yeah, other 19, 20-year-olds are going out, you know, to the beach, Key West or whatever with their freaking friends. I'm lame going with my family, just, you know, great. So there, you know, we're at a pretty nice resort and, you know, just hanging up by the pool. There's a lot of people. And I saw this girl who was pretty much my arch nemesis in high school. Like, she's really popular and a lot of people would compare us all the time because I guess, like, we didn't look exactly alike, but we were kind of similar. Like, we were both brunettes, long hair, and I guess like a lot of guys had crushes on both of us. And I'm not saying that like I'm just making that up, like this is what people told me, okay? But she was way more popular and I thought she was way prettier she had more money. Sometimes we would dress alike too. We had similar styles. Sometimes we would go to, like, we were in a lot of the same classes. We were both in band, honor students, and sometimes we would go to school and I was like, oh my god, like we would wear similar outfits, but hers was like the better version. Like I'd wear like a cheapo Walmart version of her Abercrombie and Fitch American Eagle outfit, so it's like she was like the better version of me. So that's why I wasn't like a big fan. And she was also very snobby too. It's not like she was this nice person. She was snobby because she was rich and everything. She thought she was all that, and even her friends would talk bad about her behind her back. I'm like, okay, if you think she's such a horrible person, why are you friends with her? But the reason I believe that they were friends with her is because she was rich, you know, and she's popular. So it's like, okay, we're gonna be friends with her for her status, even though we think she's like so stuck up. At least my friends are not my friends for my status because I'm not rich or popular. So at least I feel better knowing that. Also, when she was a new kid in 5th grade, that's when she moved to my town. And, you know, she was so intriguing to everybody because she was a new kid, and, you know, we have a small town. So every time there was like a new kid, it's like, oh my gosh. And then a lot of my friends started hanging out with her. So I kind of felt like abandoned, you know, it's like, because she, like I said, I just felt she was like a better version of me, like pretty, rich, you know, similar style, but like better, you know. And then we both were big Hanson fans too. Oh, and it's funny too, we both dated the same guy, but I actually dated him first in high school, so she got my sloppy seconds. What? But yeah, we had apparently similar taste in guys, because I dated this one guy in I think senior year of high school, senior or junior year, and then she dated him in college. So yeah, I got to him first, whatever. Anyway, she's married now, she's good. So, you know, this whole time growing up with this girl in a lot of my classes, people think she's better than me or comparing us. She went to a different school. They're both big universities in Arizona. There's U of A and ASU. I went to U of A, she went to ASU. So I thought, you know, I'm done. I don't have to see her anymore. People don't have to compare me to her. I'm good. So I'm, you know, in this resort in the pool, and then all of a sudden I see her with her freaking friends that, you know, I went to school with too, you know, like the popular girls, like, you know, they were still friends in college. And I just saw them and I was like, oh my god. And I just hid. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the hotel room. Like, I just freaking tried to walk as fast as I could so they couldn't see me, because I just felt so lame, you know. Growing up, I felt lame, you know, compared to her, because people would compare us. And it's like, great, just had to happen again, right? You know, like, I had to feel lame again, like a loser, you know. We're at the same resort in Mexico, and I'm lame there with my family, and she's there with her friends, and I was like, great. Now I feel like we're back in high school again. She's a cool, popular kid, and I'm the lame-o. So that was embarrassing. And just to clarify, it's not like I aspired to be popular. I didn't really care about being popular. My mom was the one that wanted me to be popular. I didn't care about that, but I guess I was just annoyed because, you know, people were comparing us, and, you know, I did think she was like better than me just because she was, you know, rich. And, you know, we played the same instrument in a band and everything. Like, we both played the piano and clarinet, like Hanson. We were in the honors classes. Like, it was just annoying that, like, I couldn't escape this woman, and, you know, how she was just better than me. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. So these, oh god, these are the most disgusting, not just embarrassing, but most disgusting moments I've ever had. The first one happened, I think, in 3rd grade. We went to a field trip to a farm in like the town that was like an hour away from us, and we were watching these cows go up this ramp, and I had my arm like this, you know, as a kid. I had my arm on the railing and on like one of the bars, and the cows were like walking up, and then all of a sudden I freaking feel like, oh, warm freaking dump on my arm, and I was like, no! I'm like, oh my god! So basically a freaking cow pooped on my arm. It was like this huge dump, and I was like, ah! And all the kids, of course, had to laugh at me, you know, because nobody, you know, people don't want to help, they just laugh at me. The teachers are always helping me, because, you know, kids, what? Come on, I thought you guys were my friends, really. So the teachers helped me, and like they washed it off, but it was so freaking embarrassing. Like, really, it had to happen in front of everyone. Just You know, I had to vomit in front of everyone, had to be pooped on in front of everyone. I'm like, it had to be me, really? No one else got pooped on? Just me? Great. But luckily, that's another moment that I think people don't remember, you know, because I grew up with these kids and nobody else has brought it up. So hopefully everyone forgot about it. And I don't think anyone who's actually there watches my channel, so it's not like I'm gonna remind them of it. But yeah, I remember it because it happened to me. So then I got vomited on by my baby sister. This one I guess wasn't as embarrassing. It was just more gross, but it wasn't as embarrassing because it wasn't in front of like all these like kids. It was just in front of my mom and my other sister. So I was, I think, 12 or something, and I was laying on my mom's bed, and I had my baby sister like goo goo gaga, you know, like just, you know, I was laying down, I had her like, I was, you know, she was flying or whatever on top of me. Then all of a sudden, bleh, she freaking vomited on my face. Like seriously, everything was covered. I was like, ah! Okay, what did my mom and sister do? They're like, grab the camera. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Seriously? This is what people do in my life when in these situations. Instead of helping me, they're like, let's laugh at her. Let's grab the camera. I mean, get pooped on or vomited on, you will find out who your real friends are, really. Yeah, they freaking grabbed the camera instead of helping me, and I'm just like, ah! You know, I really had it everywhere, and I was just like trying to get to the bathroom to like wash it off, and they were able to get a picture of me like this with vomit on my face. But don't worry, I got the picture, okay? And this was before social media, so they couldn't share it on their phone. So I have the picture. You will not get it from me. I don't care how much money you offer me. You will not be getting the picture of me with vomit on my face, okay? So one more disgusting moment that happened involving bodily secretions. So this one happened to me when I was working at SeaWorld in 2010. This one, luckily, nobody saw. Oh, nobody. There's no witnesses to this one, just me. And SeaWorld, my job, I was painting names. You know how you like the artists, they'll like paint names with like made up of flowers and animals and things like that. So that's what I was doing. It was a slow day. There was a lot of people in the park, so I was just like by myself in the booth painting a name. Not that many people were walking by, thankfully. And all of a sudden, you know, I'm painting a name. All of a sudden, I feel like just like warm chunks on me, and I was like, what the frick? I had like, I think it's diarrhea, because it's definitely not poop, okay? Because if it's like bird poop, it's just like a streak, white streak. No, this was a brown, chunky, liquidy, a lot of it. I had brown stuff on my hair, my shirt, my lap, and some of my arms. And I was like, oh my gosh, because there was always seagulls flying around SeaWorld. I'm assuming it was seagull. It like probably diarrheaed on me. Diarrheaed, is that even a thing? Pooped diarrhea on me. I was like, is it vomit or diarrhea? But I think it's diarrhea, because it was a lot of it and it was brown and warm. And so as soon as it happened, luckily I was close to the bathroom, so I just went straight to the bathroom. I started washing it off. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. There was one girl in the bathroom, but she didn't see it happen, so she didn't ask any questions. So hopefully she didn't remember what happened, that she saw me washing off. But luckily nobody saw me. Nobody saw it happen. Nobody saw me walking to the bathroom. So whew, there are no witnesses to that one, because probably what would have happened, let's see, what would have happened if that happened to me in front of other people? They probably would have laughed, gotten their cameras out, because people are just so great. You know, they see somebody, you know, something bad happened to someone, what do? They freaking get their cameras out instead of helping. You know, that's, at least that's been my history, right? So yeah, luckily nobody was there. You know, I went back to my booth after I cleaned myself off. The funny thing is, not a single drop got on my painting. It was a long sheet. I just thought like, oh my god, that's freaking hilarious. You know, and awesome, I guess. You know, it got on me. Of course, had to get all over me, but none of it on my painting. So I was like, okay, cool, well, at least I don't have to start all over. But I mean, I had the sheet right here, you know, because I was working on it, but it's like, it's magically, the diarrhea magically avoided the paper, but it got all on me. So I just thought that was pretty funny. And yeah, at least I didn't have to redo my work. But yeah, so I've been pooped on, diarrhea, and vomit on me. So I think I've paid my price, okay? So I get really nervous sometimes when I see birds, seagulls flying around really close in the ocean. I'm like, when I'm by the ocean, I'm like, do not freaking poop on me. I've paid my dues, okay? Not paid my price. I said paid my price earlier. I've paid my dues, okay? Do not poop on me, okay? And maybe like the white streak is not the worst thing since I've had freaking diarrhea on me, but still. it's somebody else's turn, okay? Let somebody else get pooped on, all right? So this last one was more, this was recent, within the last year. And this one also felt like I was in a movie, you know, in a comedy film. And luckily, I don't think anyone saw this moment happen either, so, whew. But basically, okay, I got locked out of my apartment and I didn't have any clothes. I just had a towel. And the way that happened was, you know, the apartment where I live, we have bathrooms on every floor. Like, it's like a dorm. Like, there's bathrooms on each floor where people shower. You don't have your own shower in your room. So to shower, you know, I have like a little shower caddy where I have all my stuff. And then I'll take, you know, my clothes, all that stuff, towel. And usually when I go take a shower, I'll go dress, you know, whatever I'm wearing. And then I'll take my clothes off in the shower, you know, in the little room there. But this one time, I was like, well, let me undress in my room and I'll just like wrap the towel and then I'll just go like in the towel over there. I don't know why I just decided to do it that way, because, you know, that's, some people do it that way. Some people, you know, some people undress before they go to the shower. Some people undress over there. So I just decided that one day, I was like, well, I'll undress in my room and then I'll just go in my towel over there. So, you know, I have my towel on me. You know, I always lock the door because my dog is there. Ryuzaki, I don't want somebody just walking in my room. I had locked it from the inside. So as the door's closing, I was like, no! And the door closed and I realized I left my keys inside and I was like, no! That's the worst, when you realize it as the door's closing and you like can't like get there in time, like, no, and then it closes. I'm like, because that's happened to me with the car. When I lock my keys in my car, it's like you realize that as the door's closing, you're like, ah, and then you don't open it in time. I'm like, no, are you freaking kidding me? So as soon as the door closed, I realized like I left my keys in there. I'm like, shoot, and I'm in my towel. I have no other clothes and my shower caddy. I was like, what the frick, dude? I don't have a spare key on me. And luckily I had my phone, so I called the manager of the building, crazy liar lady, and I texted her. I was like, are you by any chance here? Because she lives in the building, but she's not always there, you know? So I was like, are you by any chance here? I locked myself out, and yeah. She's like, oh, I'm not gonna be home for a few hours, and I was like, shoot. I had to be somewhere. That's why I was gonna shower. Like, I had to, you know, I had to get ready to like go somewhere. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late. What the frick? At that time, I was like, okay, maybe I'll just like wait for her. But instead of just sitting outside her place waiting for her in a towel, I was like, well, I might as well shower, you know, since that's the only thing I can do. Luckily, nobody like walked by. Which is so weird, because usually like there's people walking by all the time, but luckily like nobody walked by because there's like creeps in my building. I was just like, hey, I don't want some creeps seeing me in my towel and be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't gonna ask the neighbors for help because they're freaking crazy. You know, I didn't want to show up and, you know, knock on some guy's door and be like, hey, can you help me? And I'm in a towel and then he's gonna think I'm hitting on him. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna ask for anybody's help. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and take a shower. Maybe if I can, like, you know, figure this thing out, you know, because at least for me, when I'm in the shower, I can kind of think clear. I'll come up with ideas in the shower. It's just like something about being in the shower. I think you're just like relaxed and everything, that you just come up with ideas and stuff. So I was like, let me shower. And so I'm just trying to think in the shower, like, how can I open this door? I don't have credit cards on me. I don't have like a string, you know. It's trying to think of things that, you know, you could do to open the door. And I was like, what would MacGyver do? You know, just trying to think like MacGyver, you know? And so I got done with the shower, wrapped myself in the towel because that's all I had. I had no other clothes. You know, I looked up on my phone because luckily I had my phone. So I was like, okay, how to, you know, unlock a door from the outside? You know, a lot of them said, you know, some kind of string, credit card, but I was like, oh shoot, I don't have a freaking credit card on me. I don't have my wallet. And so I was just like looking around the floor, going up the different floors. I'm like, is there anything on the floor that I can use? You know, but the floors were clean, the halls were clean. There's like nothing I could use. I'm like, dang it. And then I remembered that the manager has like a post office bin where, you know, where you put, you know, recyclables like the newspapers that you don't want and circulars and things like that. You know how sometimes like they'll send you a fake credit card and be like, you're approved. And I was like, maybe they have something in there, and you know, that post office bin, and maybe I could use that fake credit card. So I went and I was like looking in the bin, but all they had were circulars, you know, and just newspapers, and those aren't sturdy enough to, you know. But luckily I found one thing that I could use, and it was, you know how like the boxes that candies come in, you know, movie candy. When you buy the candy, it's like in the little rectangle box. So I found one, I think it was like Skittles or I don't know what candy it was. So I found it and it was the only thing there. I was like, okay, this is kind of sturdy. So I folded it and I went up to my door. I looked up in the directions on YouTube. I'm like, okay, how to like kind of put it in there correctly to kind of wiggle the door, like get, you know, open the door, and it freaking worked, dude. And I was like, yes. I was so happy and proud of myself, like, oh my god, yes, MacGyver, baby, MacGyver. At the same time, like, okay, I'm a little worried now. That was a little too easy. Now I'm worried anyone could just, you know, sneak in my door. Luckily it hasn't happened, but I was like, that was a little too easy. But ever since then, I really just take the time to double check. Okay, got the keys, got the keys, got the keys. Because like, if you have ADHD like I do, it's like you really have to like, okay, have everything, you have to double check because you will forget it. Because I misplace my keys probably like 5 times a day. Or maybe more. When I was stuck out there with the towel, I felt like I was in a comedy, like a Seth Rogen movie. I was just like, oh my god, what the heck am I gonna do? I'm pretty much naked under here. I am like naked under this towel. I have no clothes. What the heck? I'm locked out of this apartment. How am I gonna get in? Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, but luckily I got out of it. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed my most embarrassing moments. Let me know if you guys can relate to any of them. If you have a story of mine that you really thought was extra funny, let me know. Which one was your favorite embarrassing moment? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support this channel, I'd really appreciate it. You can become a patron by going through to my Patreon page on the link below. It would really help me out just because the YouTube apocalypse. And I do want to thank my current patrons: Daryl Phillips, Bach 68, Gardo Williams, Neil Dawkins, Byron Herarte, James Taylor Craig, Emilio Cardenas Cortez, Valentin Herrera, Greg Louderman, Chris C, and Luis Gomez. Thank you guys so much. I love you. And thank you guys for watching. If you watched the entire video, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Write the word lynch roller in your comments just to let me know that you watched the whole thing. Hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.